I've walked through nights that tried to break me, storms that shook the ground beneath my feet. I carried memories like heavy thunder, and love felt like a distant, fading dream.
But then you came like sunlight on the water, soft but certain, breaking through my doubt. You touched the parts of me I hid forever, and every whispered word just pulled me out.
I never knew a heart could sound like music, or that silence could feel safe again.
You held the fears I never meant to show you, and loved the man I was and who I am.
You made the shadows softer just by staying. You made the broken pieces feel like gold.
And now with every breath I keep on taking,
I swear the story of us must be told.
I was fading, losing faith in me, but your love came like a remedy. Every scar you held it carefully, and now I finally see
I was loved beyond the shadow, pulled from places I couldn't climb. You wrapped your light around my darkness, turned my silence into rhymes. You saw me when I was hidden, love the pieces no one knew. And now I rise with every heartbeat, 'cause beyond the shadows I was led by you. You don't know how your name rewrote my story, how your presence made the trembling stop. You lifted me from edges cold and lonely, and placed me gently where the wild fields drop.
I learned that healing sometimes comes in whispers, sometimes in arms that simply hold you near. And you became the calm after my fire, the truth that quieted every fear.
I walked the roads where I was loved beyond the shadow, pulled from places I couldn't climb. You wrapped your light around my darkness, turned my silence into rhyme. You saw me when I was hidden, all the pieces no one knew. And now I rise with every heartbeat, 'cause beyond the shadows I was loved by you. You don't know how your name rewrote my story, how how your presence made the trembling stop. You lifted me from edges cold and lonely, and placed me gently where the wild fears dry. I learned that healing sometimes comes in whispers, sometimes in arms that simply hold you near. And you became the calm after my fire, the truth that quieted every fear. I walk the roads where heartbreak leaves a warning, where trust becomes a language hard to speak. But with you I found a softer kind of morning, a love that doesn't vanish when I'm weak. You love me like a prayer that keeps on rising, strong and steady in the hardest times. And now I offer you my every heartbeat, my every breath, my every line. I was reaching, but the world felt cold until you touched the parts I never told. You brought my spirit back into control, and now I finally know I was loved beyond the shadow, pulled from places I couldn't climb. You wrapped your light around my darkness, turned my silence into rhymes. You saw me when I was hidden, loved the pieces no one knew. And now I rise with every heartbeat, 'cause beyond the shadows, I was loved by you. Even when I'm breaking, you never let me fall. You gather all my burdens, you carry them all. I was a fading lantern in the rain, you lit the flame again. And even when I tremble, you hold me steady close. You breathe into the places that hurt the most. You turn my shattered into something new, all because of you. And now our hearts beat louder than the darkness, and now our love speaks louder than the pain. You gave me hope